I know what I'm doing. Lisa. Just kidding, Lisa. Put the phone down. Welcome to church, you guys. Let's start out with something kind of new. I haven't reviewed it at all. Sounds like a Korahor catastrophe already. Let us start this overview with room to play. Remembering that if it works for me, then it works, and I want this to work. I want this experience with everything that it brings to me. Let's begin. Find a comfortable position, either sitting or lying down. May I suggest that you close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Inhaling slowly through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. With each breath, feel your body becoming heavier, sinking into relaxation. Let go of any thoughts or worries, allowing them to drift away like clouds in the sky. Take a moment to ground yourself. Imagine roots growing from your body, extending deep into the earth, burrowing toward the very core of our planet. Feel the stability and support of the earth beneath you, as if you are a part of its ancient, living foundation. You feel this massive world's pull towards its enormous sun. It pulls at you and I and all the other planets in this solar system, all of us caught in the gravitational embrace of our glorious star. Be at once aware that every atom in your body was forged in a star, just like this one. Ancient engines of creation that have all played mother and father to all life, to all worlds, to all matter. Deeper and deeper now, your roots extend through the crust of our home planet, deeper than any human being has dived or drilled. There is another force pulling at you as you race around the star. Caught in the same gravity as us, this distant giant pulls back. With roughly 1/10 the diameter of the sun, Jupiter is so enormous that it pulls at us with its elastic reach. Yes, even our beautiful sun is pulled off its center. Our steady star wobbles onto its solar heels and twirls in a magnificent promenade with this ancient dance partner, far older than Earth and her little children. Jupiter and the sun waltz in the cosmos as they revolve around the center of the Milky Way galaxy. We little sister worlds are caught in the courtship of two coquettish giants, all in a forgotten corner of a ballroom with hundreds of billions of stars just like ours, most of them with dance partners just like these. A handful of tiny, rocky worlds like ours are constantly pulled in and out of the dance of these two bodies as we race around the one and are tempted away by the other. This chaotic gravitational machine swirls around and around as it has done for billions of years. Is it any wonder that these wanderers were the gods of our ancestors? Mars, the god of war, Venus, the goddess of love, Mercury, the busybody trickster. Like children dancing around a maypole, we run and weave between our star and its distant suitor. Naturally, the ancients called this dance partner after the chief of the gods. By the time that Jupiter has completed one full orbit around the sun, you and I have bobbed and weaved between them more than 11 times. But beyond him, there are more giants lurking. Saturn, the god of time and patience. Uranus, the primordial god who is said to be the husband of our Mother Earth. And finally, Neptune, the god of the sea, whose actual seas churn beneath a frozen layer of ice. Jealous wallflowers, they prowl around the outer rim of our planetary festival, their own gravity pulling at us all. Their distant light, only the reflection of the same sunlight that bathes us. Now, turn back home. Our beautiful Earth is a magnificent living jewel, with swirling systems of clouds recycling life-giving water, deep blue oceans that are the source of life and home to most of the creatures on it, the varied greens and browns of land masses. Notice the thin, almost invisible layer of atmosphere that surrounds this blue marble. So delicate, there is not a creature who does not rely on it. How precious and fragile our home is. If the earth were the size of an apple, this atmosphere would be no thicker than the apple's skin, a fragile shield that protects and nurtures every living thing. Look again to see that there are no lines dividing countries, no names scrawled on its bodies of water, no walls separating people. It's all one breathing, living entity. But our impact is not without effect here. No. We produce both for good and for ill. We pour clouds of carbon gases into that thin and precious atmosphere that all life relies on. We poison the oceans that are the cradle of all life, including ours. We forge weapons that can harness the power of the stars to threaten the children of our ancestors, to threaten their children, to threaten our children, and for nothing more than to saber rattle at one another and signal our pretended worth. Let us fill ourselves up with compassion. Let the hurt of those creatures fill you from your grounded roots and up until your heart is full of care. The connectedness that we spend our lives avoiding, now let us feel together. We are the only beings on this planet with the willpower and the technology to save the others. We are the disease that knows that it should be the cure. Now turn that care around, roots to heart, towards the first child of the stars that you are responsible for. You. Silently repeat, let me be safe. Let me be healthy. Let me be free to choose. Feel these words resonating within you. Let me be safe. Let me be healthy. Let me be free to choose. Now think of one being for whom you care very deeply. This dearest one can be a human being or any kind of animal or creature. Visualize them and send them the same with love for them to grow stronger. Emanating from heart to root, reach out to them, repeating words of love. Dearest one, be safe. Dearest one, be healthy. Dearest one, be free to choose. Again, dearest one, be safe. Dearest one, be healthy. Dearest one, be free to choose. Now expand your circle of compassion. Expand this love to include people that you know, wrapping them in love. Expand to strangers. Expand to the creatures large and small. Every conscious being who came from a parent. Every breathing creature stretching toward our sun. Every child of these long forgotten stars. My friend, be safe. My friend, be healthy. My friend, be free to choose. Again, my friend, be safe. My friend, be healthy. My friend, be free to choose. Now take a few moments to sit with this feeling. Reflect on how this perspective can influence your daily life. Remember that every action, no matter how small, has a ripple effect on the world around you. And now, slowly bring your awareness back to your physical body. Feel the surface beneath you, the air around you. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, return to the world. When you are ready, gently open your eyes and flash bright, my friend. I don't know. It's new. We're trying new things. Hope you guys enjoyed that. We're going to sermonize, but first, we're going home.
Guide me by morning light, keeping home in my sight. With doubts and dreams take flight. We flash in the dark, so let's flash bright. On a mission to save ourselves, break with dogma with these shelves. My friend, if you choose to be free, I'll light your path if you'll walk with me. We're going home to where we'll find a world where life is worth the climb. One day we will crash and we will die. Oh, my friends, that's not tonight. No more shadows in our mind. Leave the fears and past behind. On this pale blue dot, we will make our stand. Light within, we will be your hands. We're going home to where we'll find a world where life is worth the climb. One day we will crash and we will die. Oh, my friends, that's not tonight. in science, our path is clear. Strangers once, our re-entry nears. Sighting land, we'll quit this sea. I'm going home, who will come with me?
Woo! Woo! I got this unholy spirit going right now, guys. I always get inspired by We're Going Home. It's like it's one of my favorite ones. You know that I say that about all of them because I wrote all the ones that weren't written by artificial intelligence. Speaking of artificial intelligence, can I just talk to you guys seriously right now? Can we have a serious conversation? You guys quit screwing around. Can we have a serious conversation about Mark Wahlberg? Okay, so if you've been on the internet, it's a series of tubes that information. People from the 90s will get that. You people who are not from the 20th century are not going to get that. Forget about it. All right, so it's a series of tubes. And some of those tubes have Mark Wahlberg in them. Okay. Telling us that we all got to get the HALLOWed app. Okay. And I don't know if you guys have seen these yet, but we all got to, it starts out, maybe it's just me. It might be just me. If you are a man in your 40s, half Mexican, fat, and a Star Wars geek like me, you're probably seeing Mark Wahlberg all the damn time. Okay. Trying to get you to download the HALLOWed app so that you can be a good Catholic boy and pray. The algorithm doesn't seem to care that I am not a Catholic boy. I have never been a Catholic boy. My family joined Mormonism to get away from Catholicism. But I do sometimes when I'm cool, when I'm feeling cool about it, do a half decent Mark Wahlberg impression. So I thought maybe we'd lend a hand. And I will make us a little HALLOWed app ad. What do you say? You guys into it? If you haven't said anything about it in the comments now, you're not going to get to because I'm switching windows. Here it goes. If I find out that you guys have been laughing your ass off at my Mark Wahlberg impersonation, I'm going to love it. All right, here we go. Let's try this. I just splashed coffee on my own damn face. I'm great at this. Can you guys see coffee all over my damn glasses? It's not all over. Here we go. If we could do it without the glasses, we would, because then you guys could look at my beautiful, handsome face more closely. But honestly, it looks better with glasses on. All right, here we go. I haven't really finished this script yet, so some of this is going to be improvised. Okay, here we go. I may redo parts because I'm a little bit nervous. I don't usually do this in front of people. Screw it. When I'm by myself, I do it. I redo parts also. So you guys are in my recording session. You're in my studio, and we're making an app for the HALLOWed. We're making an ad for the HALLOWed app. Okay, here goes. Hey, you guys, it's me, Mark. You guys know me. I was wondering if you want to pray with me real quick. I can feel you guys laughing from the other window. Okay. I was just wondering if you want to pray with me real quick. No. Stop. I mean, keep going. Just stop sending it to me. All right. No. What are you, some kind of atheist or something? Well, how are you going to get the amazing benefits of prayer? You know, they got science on that, like real science.
So how are you going to get that if you don't buy the Hallow app and pray like a good Catholic boy? Oh, you're not a good Catholic boy. This is serious, you guys. This is serious. Well, you're not a Catholic boy. Well, that's okay. Neither is Peter Thiel, and he put $40 million of his hard-earned money into this app for Catholics and, other people too. You know Peter Thiel. He makes that software, that Palantir or whatever. It's like that Skynet type thing that the government uses to track everything you do. Their stock is going through the roof right now that they've implemented artificial intelligence to do like decision making, right? Look, I'm not going to kid you guys, all right? I'm not sure I know what that means, and I'm a little bit scared of that, okay? So let's stop talking about it. I mean, he also may have put a lot of money into certain political elections, so what? Like, he likes the Hallow app, you guys, and it's becoming really popular since that big thing back in 2020 we don't talk about no more. In fact, let's stop talking about it now. A lot of people started to feel real lonely since then and feeling stressed out, They also stopped going to church. You guys, this is getting real bad. Even atheists have a church of their own called the Church of Korihor. I don't know anything about it. Sounds kind of gay. All right, queer inclusivity is like one of their 12 values or whatever, so it's like really gay or whatever. But good for them, They got to have a place to pray too, because they can't pray with us Catholics. Okay, I lied to you a little bit right there because, these days, I guess anybody can buy the Hallow app and pray with us, but don't be posting any gay prayers in there, because we're trying to be good. This is really bringing me down, you guys. What are you trying to do? Look, I'll tell you a joke. You guys like jokes, don't you? All right. Here's a joke for you, okay? What does a billionaire do with information like your race, your age, your location, your gender, and the things you pray to God about? You give up? Whatever the hell he wants, you guys. He's a billionaire. Look, I'm not doing so good at selling that Hallow app right now, you guys. You know that Peter Thiel, he's gay. I mean, he wasn't out about that, but he is now, so he's got no reason to sue me out of existence like he may have allegedly done to Gawker. You guys remember Gawker, don't you? The point is that Peter Thiel has a lot of respect for the value of privacy. Okay, it's not true, and he may have actually had a bad history with that, but that's just since Gawker did that to him, you know what I mean? And since he started getting out tax dollars and Wall Street money for it, that's not the point, you guys. Look, just get the Hallow app, okay? What are you praying about? Don't crack yourself up. All right, here we go. Come on, you guys. Come on. Don't fuck about it. This is serious business. This is serious stuff. This is serious religion. Okay. Say hello to your mother for me. Okay, look, just get the Hallow app, okay? What are you guys praying about that you wouldn't want corporations to have access to? I mean, what else are you going to do? Go trying that overview nonsense that they're doing at korihor.org for free? Imagine if we Catholics let people pray without the Hallow app. How else is U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance going to get his money back if Catholics start talking to God for free? Okay, I said a little too much right there, you guys. But look, other Facebook investors have invested in praying apps too. Pray.com, the Glorify app, and other apps have all got Facebook billionaires behind them, and they got the same thing going over there. In fact, there's one called Facebook now where you can post prayer posts onto Facebook from this guy, Mark Zuckerberg. The thing is, you guys, that like the world has changed, okay? And now people aren't going to church as much. They aren't praying to God. They're going to stop believing in God before long, and the Hallow app is trying to change that. So, listen, okay, you guys, I got to go because I'm a little bit upset right now. Okay, so but the point is here, you got to download the Hallow app, and just because Peter Thiel can get access to your information, and he also happens to have this software that the government that's currently. You guys got me really upset right now, okay? Because like I can't do this anymore, okay? So I gotta go. Listen, say hello to your mother for me, okay? Thank you. Okay, so this is a brief encapsulation of this problem. I started writing it as like a video that we could post in the YouTube shorts and see if we get some traction out of it and see if we get some people interested in overview. But the truth is that this morning I launched our first AI generated version of the overview, the first overview that I have written. And it may be not perfect, but we don't do perfect at the Church of Korihor. But it's got this great voice behind it. So when one goes to, as a matter of fact, let me show it to you right now. And then we'll finish this up with some words from the heart. And then we'll go to Linger Longer. And this time, I put the link in the description so people can click on it and open it up. All right. Let me present to you. We discovered that sharing the whole screen was the best way, right? All right, people in the chat, do you see the window open here that has you looking eternally forever into the ceiling room mirror of StreamYard? That's cool. Cool. All right, sounds good. Now, when one goes to korihor.org, as we were just hearing Marky Mark explain this, guys, can we get like a round of applause for Marky Mark? It's like doing the work here. Okay, one can now see that there's a little button here that says try overview. And then this beautiful page pops up. And inside of there, there's going to be, there's this link, this track that says Carla AI. So the ones that are generated with AI voices will disclose that.
Let us start this overview with room to play. Remembering that if it works for me, then it works, and I want this to work.
Okay. Now, in the future, there will be, in the near future, because I'm working on it right now, there will be another track right underneath there that just says Exmo Joe or Joe Rollins or whatever I'm going to put it as my artist name. The name of the artist formerly known as Exmo Joe. Here in the here underneath that one, so that people can listen to either one. And my goal is, as soon as I can find music that actually goes with it, to have one that will have a little bit of soft music underneath it. Personally, I like it when it has nice music underneath it, but I find that I got really into recording guided meditations a while ago, and I discovered that a lot of people, particularly a lot of women, I'm surprised how many women just don't want any music going on behind the voice because they find it distracting. I think that maybe, it's like that old catch-22. It's like, wow, all the comments are like, oh, I wish this didn't have any music behind it because I find the music distracting. And it's like, okay, but is that just the ones who are annoyed enough with it that they had to say something? It's or do most women find it annoying? Do most people find the music annoying? So I'm just curious about this. So rather than having that problem, I'm going to just record everything and have AI record everything with no music, obviously, and record it as if it's not timed to the music at all. And then we'll also release a couple versions that have like some soft music underneath it. There is some science to show that music balanced at a certain frequency helps to deepen the experience of the guided meditation. So anyways, well, I've been experimenting with a few of them. I haven't found one. I haven't managed to create one or find one that is that I really like, that isn't distracting. So for now, we're just releasing it without music. I'm curious what you guys think. So, I should present this. Actually, let me show this again. So I've made this page overview available to the public so that everybody can experience overview for free. This is part of a service that we're going to provide to people. But if you're going to engage in discussion about it, the solar maple is only our first experiment and overview. Contributors are welcome to give feedback. You'll notice this phrase right here. Contributors are welcome to give feedback. If you click on this button, it takes you to a discussion. It takes you to the missions. Corehor.org, you're making me look real bad right now. Okay, as soon as I can get into the back office, it'll take you to this page. You guys, we're making it up as we go. Contributors are given money are given $2 a month to get to help the project keep moving forward, right? And so it's not because you get a service or a product out of it. Frankly, our service and product is always going to suck a little bit. Because we're making it up as we go. We're trying to figure this thing out. Okay, so it'll take you to this page. This is going to start filling up with more and more missions. Each mission will have its own group. And so as we go, that's going to keep growing. We have been getting a few contributors from now and again. But becoming a contributor does not make one into, see, Tessa knows what I'm talking about. It's like, it's interesting, the 432 megahertz thing, because it's like generating it is like a whole thing. It's like really doing it right. It's like this whole thing. So I've been playing with it. We'll probably figure something out. So anyways, I just want to let you guys in on the Corehor, on corehor.org. Technically, we can develop our own app. There is a process through Wix that we can use. It means upgrading our account to one that costs $200 a month, which if we had enough people would be totally worth it. Until then, the experience of the actual app is actually pretty good. Sorry, the experience of the actual page. But this is the point. One of my more popular sermons was back in February, I think, and it was called "Overview Can Heal the World." You know, compassionate meditation has been shown to stimulate parts of the brain that allow for deeper emotional intelligence. It's simply a process of undergoing a transition in your mind, spending some time with learning to reach out in compassion to other beings and also to reach inward towards yourself. Now, the people who discovered this were not scientists. People who discovered this were Buddhists over thousands of years of Buddhism. And, it just so happens that they seem to have figured something out here. You know, it's a strange thing about indigenous traditions. Sometimes they figure some things out without any other science than, hey, let's try this thing and let's keep trying it as people go on and we try to make this society evolve. And then, we in the age of scientific discovery are just figuring out all the incredible things that they have already figured out, and a lot of the problems that we have in our society. Things like, how do you help people who are neurodivergent to develop greater emotional intelligence? How do you help people who have been traumatized, who are victims of abuse, people who are victims of harm, people who have experienced extremely painful lives through no fault of their own, to suddenly have compassion towards ourselves and to have compassion towards other people? And if we don't do that, how much harm could be brought upon our world? How much of the world that we currently live with could be explained by the fact that so many people are going through such incredible pain? And you look around, if that were the real world, would it look exactly like this one that we are in now? Even in a world where you have to pay a billionaire, either with your money or with your private sensitive information, even the things people pray to God about, in order to feel connected to other human beings. That sucks. I mean, that's exactly the world that we're living in right now. And it's disgusting. The fact that right now, the government and or investors in political elections, so the extended government, maybe the shadow government, one might even say. I don't know. I don't offer political opinions. The fact that they can control and get access to, or even have interest in, what people are praying about is just about the most alarming indicator to me of how corrupt our capitalist society has become. Not only because of capitalism, but because of faith. Faith is starting to become a commodity more than it has ever been before. It is a commodity. It is something that Wall Street can trade on. And when Wall Street can trade something, you know that it has been commodified beyond something sacred. You couldn't trade the Catholic Church, as far as I knew, on Wall Street. Now, how long before all of these apps, Hallow and others, have IPOs and are being traded on the stock market? Because it's very clearly there are more people. I don't know that there's data on this yet. I haven't found any, at least. But it's very plausible right now. Excuse me. More people are praying with the Hallow app than are praying in Catholic churches. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing for them to do, but once again, when billionaires have commodified it, when it has, did I say that right? Commodified? Yeah. When it has become a commodity because billionaires want to profit from it, you can't be surprised when there's some pretty nefarious things that end up happening with it. There are data brokers out there. You guys have heard this controversy about, what does Facebook do with my data? What is it? What it is that there are companies that just pay these big social media companies to give them your data so that they can market more products to you, yes, but also so that they can influence you politically. In fact, some of the biggest political influencers in the Catholic world are connected to this organization called EWTN. I don't know if you know about this. The EWTN is the biggest faith-based network in the world, and they are really, really toxic. I mean, they have programs on there where they not only go headlong after women's rights, headlong after people's rights to determine their own end. People, they wind up they wind up even running political shows, and they are paying influencers to be political influencers in the world. It's not a surprise. It shouldn't be a surprise, you guys, that one of the major investors with Peter Thiel into the Hallow app is J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance and Peter Thiel used to work together on Wall Street. J.D. Vance as the author maybe of Hillbilly Elegy and, the main character in the story that later got made by Ron Howard as a movie. But the truth is that he's a Wall Street guy. He's a rich Wall Street guy connected to another rich Wall Street guy. Yes, they both apparently believe in God. But Peter Thiel's not Catholic. And J.D. Vance just converted to Catholicism in 2019, right before he starts running for president. I mean, running for vice president, but it's the same thing. So we have these, you have these billionaires trying to control our world, trying to shape our world and shape our ideas. And there's nothing illegal about it. That doesn't mean it's not wrong. It just means it's not illegal. And then when those people have access to people's prayers, so they can start using that data, weaponizing that data, I'll even say, to start influencing them politically and to start influencing their buying patterns, start marketing things to them, we've crossed a line. We've crossed a serious line. It's bad enough how the line between church and state has been eroded over the course of the past 200 years, if it ever really existed at all. But now we need another wall of separation between church and state and commerce. You need to be able to have a wall where commerce can't affect either one. But We're not going to live to see that world. So now we have to navigate within it. That means that there have to be good actors in the world. There have to be people who are doing it differently, people who are trying to make it possible to have the spiritual experiences that you need without gods, without governments, and without billionaires. Amen. Thank you, Gene. My friends, we are going over to Linger Longer in a moment. First, we are going to end with a closing hymn. I want to let you, Cora Horse, know that I love every one of you, love your faces. And I'm very grateful for each and every one of you. I hope that you enjoyed the Mark Wahlberg impersonation. Until next time, my friends, flash bright.
We built this hall with borrowed bills, wrote these songs on broken windowsills. Our altar's made of old tin foil, a godless church built on digital soil. But if the poor church mice who passed those plates woke up with a Robin Hoods in their face, we'd rob St. Peter right down to the floor, finally make their God stand for something more. Oh, we'd fleece Mammon's coffers, their starving flock to feed, send them back to Jesus without their means. So those Judas steeples into unholy sod, at last we'd have more money than God. If Uncle Sam had their money, he could feed the folks they don't. The godly men get elected so that they won't, while they dance round the mountain with their golden calf, will cast their tablets down on Yahweh's behalf. When saints who pay to pray in their pews look to Korah or get some good news. Oh, we'd fleece Mammon's coffers, their starving flock to feed, send them back to Jesus without their means. So those Judas steeples into unholy sod, at last we'd have more money than God. Their golden gates won't let us in, nor the widows might redeem their sins. The graven images paint a hell so bold, but golden plates can't indulge their souls. With their 30 pieces of silver